Good day, everyone, and welcome to my maiden edition of Political Analysis. The People's Democratic Party has concluded its primaries and has nominated the former Vice President of Nigeria, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, as its presidential candidate for the 2023 elections. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has, in turn, selected the Governor of Delta State, Governor Okowa, over Governor Wike of Rivers State as his running mate for the election. In this video, I will discuss why Governor Okowa is a better choice for Atiku Abubakar for the 2023 elections. My name is Chukwuma Odelugo. I'm a lawyer and a political analyst. I need your help to make my channel grow. Please subscribe to my channel. Click the notification button so that YouTube can notify you when I post a new video. Like and share this video. But most importantly, please click subscribe to my channel. Let's go. As the election season opened up, there were three conversations going on at the same time. These three conversations are important for you to understand, for you to get a basic understanding of what was actually going on. First, there was the issue of zoning. Second, there was the issue of subzoning. Then third, there was the issue of intra-ethnic zoning. Let's go. What do I mean? Zoning, with Muhammad Buhari completing 8 years and 2 terms, and he's a northerner and a Muslim. There was the issue of where will the next president come from? Will the major political parties zone their presidency to the south? Now, and if they zoned their presidency to the south, the second issue would arise, subzoning. Would the 3 southern zones subzone their presidency to a particular zone? Now, President Olusegun Obasanjo did 8 years as president. He's from the southwest. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo did 8 years as vice president. He's from the southwest. President Jonathan did almost 3 years as vice president. He's from the south-south. President Jonathan did almost 6 years as president. He's from the south-south. The southeast geopolitical zone hasn't done either president or vice president since 1999. So it was expected that if zoned to the south, it would be subzoned to the southeast. Now, when it came down to the southeast was itself also having a conversation. And what was the conversation? The conversation was surprisingly whether if subzoned, would the presidency come from the southeast geopolitical zone, or could it come outside the southeast? In other words, was it Igbo president or southeast president? Now remember that the Igbo are not just inside the southeast. We have the Igbo in the south-south. We also have the Igbo in north-central, in parts of Kogi and Benue. Now, if you say Igbo president, it means that the president could possibly come from the south-south, it could possibly come from the north-central, and it could possibly come from the southeast geopolitical zone. But of course, no one was really expecting an Igbo president to come from the North Central because of the small number of Igbos in Kogi and Benue states. But there was reasonable likelihood that the presidency could easily be fulfilled from someone from the South-South. And the Igbos in the Southeast argued that if the presidency came from the South-South, then they really get nothing, that the presidency hasn't rotated to the Southeast because the South-South had its turn. But on the other hand, when you really think about it, if the South-South Igbo do not share in this presidency, it's not likely that they will ever share in any presidency. Why? Because it's unlikely in this Nigeria that a president could come from the Southeast for 8 years and then turn around ever come from the South-South as an Igbo. for another 8 years. It's not likely Nigeria would not permit that. So, but that debate was going on. Now you see the 3 debates. So that, but what happened when it came to the first issue of zoning? PDP did the unthinkable. They threw it open, knowing quite well that Atiku Abubakar was going to grab it. And of course, he did grab it. Now, having grabbed it, Atiku Abubakar now turned around and decided and had to think about, how do I placate the Igbo? How do I make them happy? Of course, he looked into the Igbo and he couldn't see anyone who would be interested. He looked into the Southeast, he didn't see anyone who would be interested in becoming his vice president. Peter Obi, who ran with him in 2019, had left the party and joined the Labour Party and grabbed the ticket there. So, what do you have? You couldn't really use any of the governors of the PDP in the Southeast because those governors come from states that really have no money. So now he had to look to the South. And the 2 people there were Governor Okowa and Governor Wike. Now, the story was that the 2 candidates, actually 3 of them, but I'm excluding Governor Udom just for the purposes of this discussion. The story went that the 3 candidates were presented to a committee within the PDP, and that the committee recommended the 3 people, and Atiku Abubakar chose Okowa. Now, why did he choose Okowa? That's really where we are now. Why did he choose Okowa, and why was Okowa? Why is Okowa a better candidate than Wike? Remember, Atiku has a goal. Number 1, the major reason, the first and foremost reason why Atiku Abubakar chose Okowa is that Okowa has never denied his Igbo-ness. Selecting Okowa gave Atiku Abubakar one thing he really needed. He needed to placate the Igbo. And Governor Okowa fitted the bill. Governor Okowa is one who has never denied his Igbo-ness. In fact, in a recent interview that he gave to, I think, Arise TV, they asked him about that. And he came out point blank, said, I am an Igbo man. I'm an Igbo man. He referred to his brothers in the Southeast as his brothers, but that he's an Igbo man, that no one could take it away from him. Now, he couldn't be clearer than that. On the other hand, Governor Wike is on record as having denied his Igbo-ness. He is on record to have denied his Igbo-ness at every opportunity he gets. In fact, one commentator said that Governor Wike goes out of his way to seek out opportunities to deny his Igbo-ness, to say to the world, I'm not Igbo. In one interview, he was angrily confronting a reporter who told him, who was implying that he was Igbo, and he said he wasn't Igbo. He said he was from somewhere in Benin. So now, if you were Atiku Abubakar and the powers that be at the PDP, and you were trying to make the Igbo happy, you certainly were not going to select Wike over Okowa. You couldn't. He had to choose Okowa. Right there, Okowa won. The second reason that Okowa was a better candidate than Wike is that Okowa is my second reason. The second reason is that Wike appears too ambitious. No one likes an ambitious person right behind them. No one in the line of succession in anything, whether president, or governors, or kings and queens, they do not like ambitious people following them. And Wike, whether he was really ambitious or not ambitious, but Wike was certainly more aggressive. And that would make Atiku Abubakar apprehensive, at least uncomfortable. Now, mind you, the third reason why Atiku Abubakar would not choose Wike is that Atiku Abubakar himself was an overly ambitious vice president to Olusegun Obasanjo. And in fact, that strained the relationship between himself and Obasanjo. In fact, memory has it that Olusegun Obasanjo actually tried to remove him from office, but was stopped by the Supreme Court, who reminded him that Atiku Abubakar was occupying a constitutional position, that he wasn't appointed by Obasanjo. And Atiku Abubakar stayed. During Olusegun Obasanjo's second term, he was really a seat warmer. Obasanjo didn't call on him or give him any functions to perform. That was really another issue. Now, the fourth reason Atiku chose Okowa over Wike is I understand that Governor Okowa assisted Atiku Abubakar immensely during the primaries. Now, remember that during the primary that Governor Wike was Atiku's competitor. And of course, and then during that primary, Okowa was Atiku's major contributor, a major assistant. So while Wike was Atiku's major headache to overcome to get the nomination, Okowa was Atiku's comforter. So now, having fought one battle with Okowa as a partner, why would Atiku now select the person that gave him the most headache to fight a fresh battle? Not because he gave him a headache, but because Okowa is now a trusted and tested partner. So he will be better to fight the big battle against Tinubu and Peter Obi come February 2023. Now, the next reason that Atiku Abubakar would choose Okowa is because Okowa was a senator. He spent one term, I believe, a term of 4 years in the Senate. He would understand the legislative process. He could be the point man for Atiku Abubakar's legislative agenda. He could send him to the Senate and to the House to negotiate with members. A related issue is that his calm demeanor, his calmness, the perception that he's seen as a gentleman would work better with big egos he would encounter at the National Assembly than Wike's perceived aggressive nature. Now, people have said, some people have suggested that that Wike could not play seconds to Atiku, that Wike needs to be a boss. I don't quite buy that reasoning. The reason is this: Wike served Jonathan very well. Wike served Governor Odili very well in Rivers State and served Jonathan very well as a minister. And we didn't hear any stories. So I fully think that Wike could have served under Atiku Abubakar as his vice president loyally for 8 years. But the issue remains that Atiku was not just picking a vice president. Atiku was picking a vice presidential candidate between two alternatives. If Wike were to be the only candidate standing, Atiku Abubakar would have chosen him, and I'm sure would have performed, if not as well, nearly as well as he would have done with Okowa. But having Okowa there, Okowa presented a tremendous opportunity for Atiku Abubakar, and he chose him. That's another reason why Governor Okowa was better for Atiku Abubakar. Now, please subscribe to my channel, click the notification button, like and share my videos. Now, please drop your comments below and let me know how you feel. Also, suggest topics that you would like me to discuss and dissect. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and thank you again for watching.